The Minecraft 1.21.4 winter drop, the Garden Awakens, is here, and I already have 5 seeds you're looking for with a pale garden at spawn. This is just the start of my searches for pale garden seeds, but I wanted to share a few with you today to hopefully get you started. One of these could be perfect for your next 2-week Minecraft phase. What better way to get started than with just a big pale garden at spawn? If I give you a look at the Cube.0 map, you can see that the biome is a pretty big size there. I mean, this isn't like a perfect way to determine this, but on the map I can see that it goes like 1,300 blocks across and then like almost 900 blocks wide. So yeah, that's a pretty big biome. I mean, just on the surface level, these new biomes aren't like the most exciting thing, just kind of a dull gray biome. But it adds some new blocks and a new mob, so that's pretty cool. I also think that overall that Mojang deciding to release some of these smaller updates throughout the year could be a good thing too. Just means we don't have to wait for one big update a year, and we can get some new features more often. Like the addition of bundles was just a small thing, but at least it was something. I don't know, I'm just kind of spitballing my thoughts here. I'd love to know your thoughts too. Let me know what you think about the Pale Garden, but also how we're now going to get more updates throughout the year as opposed to just one big update. Also, let me know what you think about this Pale Garden seed since I got off track from just focusing on the seed here. One thing I like showing on my channel is Minecraft villages. It's no shock that I like showing Minecraft village seeds, and it's not different here in Minecraft 1.21.4. I do have to mention that I record on Jobii Edition, so that's the version the village generates on. On Bedrock Edition, structures generate in different places, so you'll only get the biomes that I show. So Jobii Edition, you get everything. Bedrock Edition, only biomes. Spawning in a village is convenient for plenty of reasons. I don't think I really need to get into that, but here in this new version, it's even more convenient having it right next to the brand new biome. In fact, plenty of the village even stretches into the new biome. We get these buildings right here surrounded by the pale oak trees. It's actually a pretty cool look. I really will never get tired of finding villages that are in biomes that they shouldn't be in. One thing I have to say is that I have a habit of overlooking for just plains variant villages, but I really shouldn't do that. The other village variants all look really cool too. I really like the look of taiga villages especially. I think the look of the buildings and details throughout the villages look really great. Plus, the villages feel a bit more lively. I think the campfires play a big role in that. Seeing the smoke from far away makes this place feel so alive. So yeah, I need to stop being stuck on plains villages and look for more things like this. If you were wondering, yes, this is a blacksmith village too, so that's nice for when you loot the village. Expanding out more than just the village and Pale Garden, I think this seed has a pretty great starting location. There's a lot of different types of wood all around this area, and this meadow is just a really nice place to build a spawn base. I mean, it's just a relatively flat location that's elevated up high and could make for a nice little building spot. The mountains off over there provide some really nice scenery and a natural barrier to the area, and I could even see a bridge being built between these two sections of meadows. There's just so much potential with this one, and it all starts with the Pale Garden and Taiga Village. Part 2 of the Caves and Cliffs update back in Minecraft 1.18 brought big changes to Minecraft Mountains. That was one of my personal favorite Minecraft updates. Now in 1.21.4 we get the Garden Awakens drop, which brings us the big addition of the Pale Garden. I decided it would be pretty cool to look for some seeds with that Pale Garden surrounded by mountains, and that's what we have here. I do think it looks really cool to see those gray trees surrounded by mountains. I think the colors look interesting together, but really pretty much anything inside of mountain circles looks good. And I think I just like mountain circles no matter what. Let me take a second now and say there's not really a comment of the day, but rather I want you to go down to the comments right now and let me know what types of seeds you would like to see for Minecraft 1.21.4. That'll help me know which videos to create coming up, just as a general idea on what people are looking for. Oh, and thanks to everyone who used the comment of the day in my previous video. There's plenty of reasons why you would want a seed like this. Obviously, the first is that it just looks awesome. But maybe you want to play survival in a bit of a different way than usual, and this would provide that opportunity. Or maybe you want a unique place to build in creative. Perhaps you just want a seed with the new biome at spawn. Plenty of reasons to use this seed for sure. But it doesn't stop at just the mountains in Pale Garden. There's also a pillager outpost right here too. It has a few log collections and an iron golem cage. so this could be useful for you. But this down here is my favorite part of this seed. Having such easy access to a cave like this is really great. There's even a small section of dripstone cave over here to go along with the bigger lush cave. I always like when the different cave types clash like this. I just really like this whole area a lot. I really like how lush caves look, and I don't think that'll ever really change. And of course, I like this whole spawn area as a whole. The mountains and pale garden combination is something I really like, and I'm sure I'll be looking for more going forward. This new pale garden works in a similar way to how the cherry grove biome was added into the game. In that case, the cherry grove would just replace some sections of meadow biomes in a world. This meant the world generation overall wouldn't change, just certain sections of meadows. This update does the same thing, except it changes some parts of dark forest biomes into pale gardens. I said all of that just to say that means we're due to find some pretty awesome woodland mansion and pale garden seeds. The woodland mansion would generate in a dark forest, obviously, and with the pale garden just replacing some already existing dark forests, that means there's going to be plenty of seeds with mansions right next to or even in a pale garden. This search here with a mansion within 100 blocks of spawn in a pale garden 25 blocks away from the mansion gave me over 1,000 results in less than 30 seconds. Of course, one of those is the seed we've been looking at while I've been yapping. There's a little hill, so there's some height to the mansion on this side, and the mansion entrance is even within the pale garden, so that's pretty awesome. One thing I do like to do with mansions is check if there's alleys inside, and in this case there is. One more thing though, if we go across the pale garden and into the jungle, we can find a temple here. Nothing new about this, but it's still great finding an old structure like this. I mean, the new pale garden and 2 structures near spawn, pretty decent option for a seed for your new Minecraft world. If you're looking for a Minecraft seed with the new pale oak trees, well, look no further. This seed has just an abundance of them. Like, this biome is just huge. I mean, there's just so many gray leaves all around. The only new thing I haven't really mentioned in this video up to this point is resin. Resin clumps are generated by creaking hearts when a creaking is damaged. I'd imagine with a pale garden this size, you could sure end up generating a lot of resin. While flying around, I noticed an azalea tree in the mix of pale oak trees. I set out to look for lush caves as a result, and I found this one exposed to the surface. This multi-layer cave just looks incredible, just such an amazing looking location. But lush caves aren't the only underground locations to explore around this spawn area either. We've got one ancient city here, and another here, and we've also got trial chambers here too. And with the lush caves around, they extend a bit into the chambers, which I always think looks pretty interesting. And I think the last place I really want to mention in this seed is a woodland mansion that generates just outside of the pale garden. While the mansion itself is cool, and I think it's pretty awesome, it's right next to a pale garden, I really wanted to show this location because of this lush cave right next to it. It cuts right into the pale garden hillside, and there's even a mine shaft exposed at the bottom. The spider spawners could be convenient with them so exposed here, and it's just one more place to explore too, just a really cool spot. This is easily one of my favorite big pale garden biome seeds I've found yet, and definitely a seed I recommend if you're just looking for a pale garden seed. Speaking of which, I found more pale garden seeds in an earlier video that you can find in the video on the left. YouTube will give you the video it thinks you'll like on the right. Thanks for watching, I'm out of here, see ya.